in game one over Lebanon, 78-74. In game two, it's Anderson against Gary Roosevelt, two teams that are familiar to Mackey Arena, familiar to the Lafayette semi-state. Gary Roosevelt has been here 10 times before. They've won 5 semi-states. And, of course, Anderson is a fixture, particularly in the late 70s and early 80s in the Troy Lewis era. The leading scorer for the Indians is Terry Fuller. They call him Archie. And he averages 25 points a game. Number 33, he'll be a guy to watch here in game 2. And the player to watch for Gary Roosevelt is Glenn Robinson. He's drawing a lot of interest from the Purdue coaching staff. He's 6'8", but just a junior. Here are the starters for Roosevelt. Anthony Abram at one guard, a junior. Tom Brooks is a 6-foot senior, the only senior that starts for Roosevelt. The rest are juniors. Robinson is the big man, number 13. 21 points, 11 rebounds a game.
He's a husky guy, can really get up off the floor. I think people that are watching will be amazed at what he can do around the basket. They have a very strong front.
Jim Cox and John Evans are your referees for the second game.
They're just wasting their time throwing it up. They should just award it to him. One thing you notice immediately is that the guards are not going to try to shoot the ball.
Fuller quickly nails the three-pointer.
He's got to get about 25 for them to be tough.
That's his average. Fuller will shoot from anywhere. And dogging him on defense is Tom Brooks, the senior. Here's Fuller, pull up.
I don't think he can stay with him one-on-one. Doesn't look like it. He gets up pretty high.
3-0 Anderson. Butler the board. Robinson catches it in the middle, puts it on the floor, and lays it in. Good. Ball control by the big man. A tremendous prospect for college basketball.
PK does it. Oh, great move.
Fuller down the lane for the dunk. 7-5 Anderson.
PK to Archie.
Behind the back and out of bounds. Brooks is going to come out.
Coach didn't like that.
For Gary Roosevelt, Wedlow is the senior. Or check that. Wedlow is the junior. He's coming in for the senior, Brooks. Another three from Fuller.
Coach Norm Held thinks he's one of the best players in the state, and undoubtedly is with a 24-point average, 25-point average. Great shooter. Instant off, a great shooter.
Anderson has hit all 3 shots.
They're getting pretty good shots, too. They're so quick. There's another one.
Fuller, another one. I started to say Anderson has hit all 3 shots from 3-point range. They've hit 3 out of 4. Fuller's hit every one of them. He has 11 points here in the first quarter. A walk on him. Take a look at Terry Fuller down the lane. Archie with the dunk. He has 11 points. Anderson with a 6-point lead here.
Anderson hasn't got their hands on the ball to do something on offense.
Fuller.
Oh, my. What a jumping jack. Yeah, but good ball handling to get out of the trap. That's what made the play. There's a great, the ability to get out of that tight trap.
And then nobody in Fuller's face. He has 16 points in the quarter. 14-point lead. Fuller a turnaround.
He's doing it all.
18 points. Less than a minute into the second quarter. Fuller 4 of 6 from 3-point range. Anderson is the team's carry 2 for 2. Here's Robinson inside.
No problem. No problem. He gets it in there.
Yeah. And Anderson's doing a good job denying the ball to him.
Well, that's the key, is that Anderson has to play their defense way out, keep them from getting the ball in there. Once it's in there, it's over with.
The Indians in control, Bill, and I think this is kind of a surprise to a lot of people that Roosevelt coming in 23-2 with that tough schedule, and Anderson playing up and down all season long with 7 losses, that the Indians are playing so well right now. But the way Fuller has shot and the way the Indians have been able to stay with Gary on the boards, it isn't that much surprising as you've seen it happen.
Well, on paper, from statistics on paper, it is very surprising. But Anderson, here again, no one thinks about the mental aspects of the game. And mentally, there's no question that Anderson was mentally relaxed and ready to, and they moved so much quicker and everything at the beginning of the game. It got him the lead. Right now, it's a pretty even Steven game.
Robinson, 4 of 4 at the line, has 8 points. A 12-point lead for Anderson. A 12-point lead for Anderson. Fuller fouled over the back. Anthony Abram away from the ball, trying to stay on Fuller. Couldn't do it without making enough contact to get called.
Well, there's scorers that have to be set up to get their shot, and then Archie here is the type of guy that he's so quick that he doesn't hardly need to screen sometimes, or he can get the ball and his quickness get up and get a shot. So he's awfully hard to contain and stop from shooting. And they're trying to get the ball in his hands as much as they can. They know that he's the guy that's going to do the scoring for him. The rest of the team has played very well with him that way, and they've got to continue to do that. If they do, he'll score a ton.
76% foul shooter. You watch his release and the rotation on the ball, the arch.
Yeah, he's got a beautiful shot.
Tremendous shooter. To a 14-point lead. Fuller has 20 points. They're going in the first half, defensive pressure, force some turnovers, and make a run here.
Good point, and they're getting a little bit of more pressure. Graham, for instance, helping on TK. Look at that hang time. How much hang time did he have there?
Well, you didn't need a stopwatch to measure it. You could have measured it with a sundial. 36-22 Anderson. Way short. Robinson, a big rebound. And slams it down.
No doubt about that one. Boy, you talk about quickness. TK came back and got it.
There's Fuller. Gets his man in the air.
What a
got
block.
a piece of it.
Robinson.
But who's called for the foul? Robinson or Butler? If it's on Butler, it's 3. It's on Robinson.
I thought Archie Fuller was way up there, but when Robinson went up, he blocked it. Here's the replay. There he comes from nowhere.
Got him with his hindquarters right on the shooting shoulder. Points now for Archie Fuller.
And the only thing Anderson be thinking right now is we're still 3 points ahead. And not let that run by the Panthers disturb them. Now they got 4 points ahead. Kind of really shifted in that second quarter, and Roosevelt's playing their type of ball game now.
Fuller going to the hole.
He got it. Boy, it was hard, though. It was like pulling teeth to get that one in.
In among the trees.
Good defense in there by Tatum.
Fuller, a three-pointer. 29 points now. 5 out of 8 from outside the arc. Out to Terry Fuller. They left him alone.
Boy.
Brooks didn't know. Brooks left him alone. I can't understand that. 9-point Anderson lead. 31 points for Archie Fuller.
Back out. Now they got it into Robinson.
Goes to the hole and stuffs it.
Got it stuck up there around the hoop.
guy that can go up and get it like that. 5-point game now. Robinson with 14. Fuller.
Yep. Good fake, up fake, got the player off his feet. There's a dunk. Soft dunk. One-on-one. Cut him off.
Fuller.
Had a hand in his face that time, Paul. Still got it in.
36 points.
A lot of rotation, too, as you say.
Anderson by 3. You saw what happened there.
One-on-one.
Fuller with the cut. 38 for Archie. Anderson in serious foul trouble inside, too. 3.5 minutes to go. Still a 3-point Anderson lead. PK driving. Back out to Perry. Fuller a 3.
That may have been the most crucial basket of the whole ball game.
Why don't they guard him? It's a 6-point lead now.
That may have been the biggest basket of the ball
Anderson in
game.
great position, an 8-point lead, 2 minutes to go. Robinson caught the ball a little far away, but gets in to dunk it. Anderson cannot stop him. They have too many people with 4 fouls inside. They cannot stop him.
Well, and Anderson's got some ball handling and a lot of natural ability.
Fuller put it on the floor, but drew the foul from Jeffrey Graham. So Fuller will shoot one in the bonus. Going to the line with 43 points.
Got to tip your hat to Anderson. Really the underdogs in the whole tournament. No one expected that much from Anderson, and Anderson coming to the fore here. Some gutty play. Of course, they'd never be able to do it without Fuller. It's unbelievable.
He lit it up.
I mean, you talk about a one-man offensive show. We haven't seen one like this for quite some time.
Roosevelt is out-rebounded, outshot, and for the most part outplayed the Indians with the exception of Fuller. The turnovers are in Anderson's favor, but all other statistical categories in favor of Roosevelt. Fuller finally misses a free throw. Robinson lost it in the backcourt. It's a 7-point lead with 1:40 to go. They get it into the big man. Moving and scoring.
No problem. And you keep telling me, well, why can't they stop Fuller? And I wish I had an answer to that, but they really didn't get a lot of help on him.
Well, they're not aware of where he is on the floor either.
Well,
there's some mental errors being made by whoever's guarding him, and Roosevelt has had a man in his face, and then the man sags off, and then Fuller takes the shot.
I think they underestimated his offensive ability, what he means offensively to the Anderson team.
I would think 24 points by halftime would wake you up, but now he's got 22 here in the second half.
Another throw.
Throws it away.
Another turnover.
Fuller Anderson played near perfect defense by not fouling here in the second half. Fuller trapped, foul called.
Fuller wanted that one.
46 points for Fuller. Foul called on Butler. It'll be his 4th.
I notice he's walking pretty good now, so evidently that injury isn't bothering him. He's a very wiry player, very wiry physique. Not very prone to getting hurt.
6 foot and 160 pounds.
All muscle. And a lot of ability.
To be a big-time player, though, I would think he'll have to add some weight.
Yeah, he will, but you know, the way he can shoot the ball, Everybody's looking for three-point shooters nowadays.
47 points for Archie Fuller.
By two greatest players on the floor.
Tatum takes the shot. Robinson with 3 seconds. It's over. 84-77. Anderson wins it. And they will be rematched with Lafayette Jeff tonight for the title. We'll have it for you. Tape delayed here on TV 18 following the CBS coverage of the NCAA tournament. We'll be back to wrap up from Mackey Arena right after these messages.